Hi, Heather Dennis here. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of an exercise called short foot that is really good for reestablishing the strength of the muscles of your arch and foot. So here's your foot. Well, a relative facsimile of your foot, the bones of your feet. And the foot has 3 arches in it. The first one that most people are aware of is this arch on the inside of the foot called the medial arch. And those bones, so that arch begins at the base of what's called your first metatarsal and ends in your heel bone. The second arch is called the lateral arch, which goes from the base, the head of your 5th metatarsal, your little toe, back to the heel bone. So these two pull, there should be a pull between the heel bone and these bones here. So it's pulling your foot together, sort of gathering the bones. The third arch, and one that we don't really pay much attention to, but is equally as important, is called the transverse arch. So see where these yellow things are? It's an arch that gathers these bones together. So there should be a little bit of a lift underneath these tarsal heads, which most people lose from wearing shoes and not really exercising their feet very well. So the following video is going to show you a little bit about how you can activate these arches. This is a practice. You're probably going to need to do it for the rest of your life. You want to keep your feet working. So all you need is a towel. And I'm going to stand up. I'm going to place my foot on the towel. So just put the whole foot on the towel. I'm going to stand with my leg in front of me. So I'm not standing right over my foot. I'm standing what's called plantar flexion through my ankle. So there's a bigger angle here. That's plantar flexion. That's dorsiflexion. So there's less of an angle between my shin and my foot. And to begin with, I'm going to think about pushing these metatarsal heads sort of down into the floor and but then simultaneously pulling them back towards my heel so I get a lift underneath the arch of the foot. So I'm going to do that exercise. Just hold it. Just really hold it so that you're lifting through the inside and outside arch of the foot. So that just starts to get an isometric contraction through those muscles, which tend to get pretty weak on people. So if you were to start with 3 30-second holds, work up to a minute, 3 minute-long holds, that would be good. So I'll show you from the other side, and you can see what's happening. It's not a big movement, and it's really more about just kind of lifting these bones up off the floor, but not by clawing your toes, but by keeping your toes long and having the action come from the bones moving towards thinking about the bones moving towards one another, but it's really the tissue that's engaging. So you can start to see, I get a little bit of lift there. It's a little bit more difficult on this side for me. So when I let go, you can see that's on the floor, and when I activate it, it lifts slightly. So, a lot of these exercises, we're looking for too much to go on, and that's a funny position with me upside down with my glasses hanging on, but anyway, you can laugh along with me. Okay, the third arch is this transverse arch across the tarsal heads. And what I want you to do here is I want you to think about bringing these two bones, the outside and inside, together so it lifts in here. It's a hard one to do, but if you put more weight on the outside, think about this part lifting up, and then you pull these two sides back into the heel bone to get that short foot position. So you'll find that this is pretty challenging. It's a good exercise to keep your feet healthy and resilient, and to work with things like plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis or anything that's sort of ailing you in your feet. Anyway, I encourage you to try these out and let me know what you find out. Thanks. Bye.